Very, very warm good morning. I think Bangalore is back to being warm again. So very warm good morning to all the parents, all the prospective students who are interested in the integrated Mtech program. So it's really a great pleasure to be talking to all of you ahead of the program. The agenda is fairly simple today. We will tell you about the integrated Mtech program in the first 15-20 minutes, and we will leave plenty of time for answering questions. So you may post your questions in the chat window, and so this session anyway is being recorded, so you don't have to individually record it locally. We will post a recording link to this particular recording in the media. Okay, so all right. So what we will also do is that so when the time comes for the Q&A, feel free to post your questions in the chat window, and if you do want to unmute and speak, please click on the raise your hand button, and then we will suitably call out your name, and then we will unmute you so that you can ask your questions. Okay, great. So now that the logistics are taken care of, maybe we should get started, right? In the interest of time. So once again, welcome to all of you. This program is the session is mainly to tell you about the IIITB's integrated Mtech program, for which the admissions have been opened just now. Okay, so broadly, what is this integrated Mtech program? You would have probably seen already the short videos posted by the director of IIIT-Bangalore, Professor Debapruta Das, and by others as well. I have posted a small few videos. The program coordinator, Professor Madhav Rao, who is also in this meeting, he also posted a few videos. And Professor Srinivas Vivek, who is the convener of the admissions committee, he is also in this particular meeting. So integrated Mtech program is a dual degree program. It's a dual degree program. The meaning of dual degree is that, okay, there are two terms there, right? So it's an integrated program, it's a dual degree program. Okay, so let me first talk about the dual degree program. Dual degree program is essentially a BTech plus MTech, right? So at the end of the program duration, you will get 2 degrees, the BTech degree and the MTech degree. Okay, so that is the first aspect of the BTech program, the dual degree program. So we have the integrated MTech in 2 branches, computer science and engineering and electronics and communication engineering. Okay, so just remember that IIITB is an IT institution. So we do we cover both areas spanning the information technology. Okay, so now that I talked about that particular program, I will come back to you about the integrated aspects of it in a minute. But since I did talk about the information technology, I thought it is worthwhile to tell you about the institution itself, right? So because IIIT is an institution that is focused on information technology, only on information technology, and all aspects of information technology. Okay, so this is a unitary department institution, which means that we don't have multiple departments. We don't have a separate department of computer science, separate electronics and communication engineering, separate mechanical engineering, and so on. Right, so it's a unitary department institution. In fact, I'll tell you the significance of that and why that is a that gives you a unique benefit as far as the learning is concerned, right? So if you look at the traditional departmental structures of universities, so the way the curriculum is designed is that students do a whole bunch of courses which are offered by their own what is called as the parent department. So if you are a computer science students, you will be able to take only the courses offered by the Department of Computer Science. Okay. Similarly, if you belong to the ECE department, if you get admission to an ECE department, all the courses that you take must necessarily belong to the ECE department only. Okay. So having said that, there are, as part of this whole curriculum structure, they do have what is known as an open elective, which they will know, which is barely two, if not lesser than that, right? Which where they will say that, okay, students are free to choose courses from other departments. So the downside of that particular approach is that students will not be having the opportunity to explore other areas as well, other peripheral areas, right? Because as you would realize, at least I'm sure many of the students themselves, or even the parents, or their guardians or well-wishers, whoever is attending this particular webinar, you would understand that the line between computer science and ECE is blurring big time. The line between hardware and software is blurring big time, right? So which is why this kind of a compartmentalized approach to learning is not going to be very beneficial. So this is where the IIITB's unitary department structure is going to be very powerful, okay, and very useful also, right? What it means is that, so although we have separate programs for CSE and ECE, there is plenty of room within the curriculum structure for students to explore other peripheral areas as well. Okay, even to the extent that now today everybody talks about AI, ML, machine learning, artificial intelligence, and so on. Now, obviously, this is one specific area which is definitely interdisciplinary, right? So it cuts across. So in a IIITB kind of a structure, now ECE students are free to take AI ML courses, so are CSE students, right? So it is not some, but if you look at the traditional engineering colleges, AI ML is definitely is confined only to the computer science department, right? So this is just one example, right? So there are many such areas where there is an immense amount of overlap across these disciplines, and only in a unitary discipline institution, that kind of a cross exchange of ideas and interests is going to be possible, right? So that is the first aspect of the nature of the institution that I wanted to share with you, right? So basically what we are saying is that, so which means all faculty members, right? So I'm not talking about faculty members, the IIITB faculty members, all faculty members necessarily have a PhD, right? So PhD from the best institution of the country and abroad, right? So we have faculty members who have done their PhDs from IITs, IIScs within India. They have done their PhDs from many reputed institutions from Europe, Americas, and all over the place, right? So now all these professors will offer courses which are technically open to students belonging to any other branch, okay, as long as the prerequisites are met. So that is one thing that I wanted to highlight here, right? So similarly, the labs are there, right? So we don't really say that this lab is only for computer science students, this lab is only for ECE students. No such restrictions are there, right? So that is the first aspect that I wanted to highlight as far as the program, the nature of the institution itself is concerned. So because we are, we'll be shortly entering the 25th year of inception. So the institution was established in 1998. And by design, this is a postgraduate institution. So which means that we don't have a standalone BTech degree. Okay, so the only degree that we have, they're all master's degree. So this is an integrated master's degree, iMTech. That's why we call it as iMTech in the local jargon, right? So once you become a student, you can just know everybody. When you say iMTech, everybody understands, right? For outsiders, we have to explicitly say it is integrated MTech, right? So this particular program. Now coming to the integrated aspects of it, right? The integrated aspect of it here is that we have integrated the elements of undergraduate of an undergraduate program, which is a typical BE BTech program, along with the elements of a master's program, which is the MTech program, right? So these two are integrated into the same program, which is why it is called as an integrated program. So which means that this integrated MTech program contains all the goodness of the breadth of a typical undergraduate program, which is expected to provide the full foundational knowledge on a given discipline, combined with the depth necessary to undergo to get a master's degree. Okay, so you may be so the next question that may be in your mind is, okay, so now it takes 5 years to do this integrated MTech program, whereas it takes only 4 years to do the BTech program. I think that's a fair question to ask. Now, so what do you get in that extra 1 year, right? So what you get in that extra 1 year is an additional master's degree. Okay, so that additional master's degree will essentially gives you a second degree. Just to put that in perspective, under normal circumstances, if you have to do a BTech followed by an MTech, it will take 6 years. Okay, so 4 years for BTech and 2 years for MTech, and that's not the only thing, right? Now, all of you, right? So all the wards of the parents who are here, how the kind of hard work that they have to put in to get a good rank in the JEE. Okay. Now, similarly, if you want to get an MTech admission in a big institute, in a leading institute like IIITs or IIITs, again, you have to go through another exam called the GATE exam. Okay, so I mean, and the kind of preparation that is required for GATE is no less rigorous than what is required for JEE, right? So, the integrated MTech program not only gives you, reduces the total overall duration by 1 year, but more importantly, it will save the students the effort of going through yet another entrance examination, the uncertainties associated with that, and so on. Okay, so that is the broad spirit behind offering this particular integrated MTech program, which is why So just to summarize, right? So IIITB is a unitary department institution, which means that all aspects of information technology can be explored, can be learned, can be studied. Irrespective of which department, which program you are doing, right? So, when I say BTech in whatever, iMTech in computer science, that's one program. iMTech in ECE, that's another program. But the institution as a whole is open to all the students, right? So that is the first aspect. Second aspect is that this is a dual degree integrated MTech program. Then the last thing that I want to highlight about this one is that by definition, right? So by definition of being an integrated program, there is no intermediate exit option, right? So at the end of 4 years, you cannot say that, okay, may I graduate with only a BTech degree? I'm not interested in the MTech. That option is not there. Okay, so that is something that that is a characteristic of an integrated program. Okay, so that is broadly the program, about the institute, and about the characteristics of the iMTech program. Now I will request the program coordinator, Professor Madhav Rao, to briefly give you an overview of the curriculum itself, right? Because I did mention that the curriculum includes all the foundational aspects of a typical BTech program combined with the specialization aspects of typically found in a master's program. So I request Professor Madhav Rao. Welcome, Dr. Madhav, and please go ahead.
Thank you, Professor Chandrasekhar. Thank you, everyone. Very warm and good morning to everyone. Thanks for joining us for this particular webinar. We seek as many candidates as possible at IIITB, and this is a very good platform for us to share our strengths as well as the weaknesses, so that you can make an informed decision. Okay, let me quickly share my screen. Okay, let me quickly go over it. I've put up a set of slides, which is kind of coupled with the curriculum as well as some of the achievements made by our, the past integrated Mtech students, so that it gives you all a flavor of what to expect from the 2020 22 iMTech batch. As Professor Chandrasekhar mentioned, IIITB started in 1999. It's a postgraduate degree program only. So we offer Mtech program. We also offer a dual degree program, which is also called as integrated Mtech program. Roughly speaking, we have on an average 48 to 50 faculty teaching diverse set of courses in the broad area of CSE and ECE. And this time the batch size is around 180 students with 120 of computer science and engineering and 60 of the ECE students. Some of the major achievements, I've just listed it. I did not get time to update all the list, but this is some of the major achievements from our past integrated Mtech students. They have got admission in Harvard, Waterloo, Max Planck, and other universities. MS also, students have been able to get the admission offers. And then I've listed some of them: Cornell, Columbia University, and others. Students who wants to achieve or who wants to pursue the higher studies, I think iMTech programs becomes their go-to path. So they establish the fundamentals, and then they also establish the research culture, and then they go towards the higher studies. Other achievements, I think, within within their tenure at IIIT-Bangalore, I think they have excelled in ACM ICPC programming competitions, which is which is also analogous to our Olympiad competitions, the most favored programming competitions. And the students who actually get into this particular programming competitions and then excel well, I think they are able to gain the attentions of Google and Amazon's, Flipkart, and all. And iMTech students, I think one of the unique points which I'm really proud of is the iMTech students are actually publishing research papers and also publishing the patents from the third year onwards, working with the most of the faculty. So that is, I think, one of the unique point which Professor Chandrasekhar mentioned, that although it is a 5-year program, the students tend to start their work, their research work or the project work, whatever work, along with the faculty. SNBOS fellowship, which is also very unique, and it offers students to go abroad based on their selected universities at US. And then our students have been able to get this award in their third year of summer or fourth year of their summer. Mtech's international internship opportunities, which enables or fosters the students to go to Europe and especially Canada, to do their internships. I think it has been kind of very popular in our IIITB circles. Most of the students tend to get this Mtech's internship opportunities in their fourth year of their summer. And of course, apart from this, I think the faculty at IIITB have a lot of tie-ups with the US and in the IIT, as well as in the IISc institutes, where the students can actually go and work in their labs. Again, I've just listed out some of the internship opportunities apart from the labs, Amazon, Facebook, Google, and all. We have a lot of labs, and as Professor Chandrasekhar mentioned, I think this is not limited to one specific set of students. All these labs are available to all of our students, whether it is a CSE students or an EC students. They are free to use this particular lab, and I think we have made it kind of very open. So the labs are generally open for almost 20 hours a day and then 7 days a week, right? So most of these labs, I think the students, if they have an interest, they can cultivate that particular interest by working in this particular labs. And there are many other labs which I have not updated here, just that I did not get time to update it. But there are a lot of sponsored projects coming up, and then that's where we are trying to set up different set of labs. Placements, something we don't tend to talk more because we feel that is an outcome of our teachings. But the placement has always been very successful. 100% placement, average salary is kind of very high. And something very, very unique, which we are very, very proud of, is it's a core placement as compared to any other institutes you will see in Bangalore or in Karnataka. Core in the sense the EC students tend to get core semiconductor or VLSI jobs or the communication kind of jobs. CSE students, very core software production, architecture, and some kind of software design kind of jobs. So that's where we call it as kind of a core placement. There are a lot of student activities going on in IIITB. There are many clubs available. I think the number which our student affairs coordinator has given me is 34, but I've just stated some of them. So I think the students, apart from academics, the students can also excel in their extracurricular activities, and that is kind of, IIITB also enables that. Program overview, I'll just quickly, this is a very new curriculum, 2022 curriculum, which is kind of derived from 2020 curriculum. And it allows students to specialize in more than one stream. Generally, if you look into any of the engineering colleges, they will, the EC students or the CSE students will be able to specialize in only one stream, either in theory, computer science theory, or maybe in AI ML. Or for the EC students, it will be only networking and communication, or in VLSI. But
Professor
here
Madhav,
we have made it.
Yeah, in fact, Professor Madhav, sorry to interrupt. In fact, I just wanted to highlight that, in fact, typical undergraduate programs don't have specializations actually, right? So only recently some universities have started the honors program wherein you can go for specialization. So because this includes a master's element, which is why we have this specialization. Yeah, please continue.
Yeah, thank you, Professor Chandrasekhar. So it allows you to specialize in different streams, and irrespective of where the students have been admitted to, which of the branches. Let's say a student is admitted in EC branch, the EC student should be able to do the computer science theory as a specialization. He or she can also do AI ML, apart from the VLSI or apart from the networking and communication. And similarly, if a CSE student, he or she is interested in electronics, he or she can do a specialization in the VLSI systems. So in that sense, it is kind of, it is tightly coupled, and it is, one can easily go into different streams as per the student's interest. And as Professor Chandrasekhar mentioned earlier, that today there is no, it is completely seamless. There is no hardware, there is no software, it is completely seamless. And then the curriculum, the IIITB curriculum enables the students to seamlessly do the transition from one particular, their fundamentals, and then go into a different, altogether a different stream. Roughly speaking, the first 4 semesters is a core courses where, we build the fundamentals. For ECE and CSE, there are 4 courses which will be slightly different. Apart from that, the other 16 courses will be common. So except these 4 courses, everything else, 16 courses will be common. And from 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th semester onwards, we will start a huge basket of electives. And if you ask me the number of electives which we have, it is roughly around 91 electives which we offer in the 2 semesters. In one academic year, we offer around 91 electives. So in this 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th semester, which roughly counts to around 20 electives the students have to take. So 20 electives out of 91 electives they can actually select and then make their career ahead and plan their career. The 9th semester is roughly around a project where they tend to work with the faculty on their own interested project, the faculty's interested project, or the student's interested project, or any kind of a sponsored projects from the industry or from the government. So almost all the students actually are supposed to work with the faculty in this particular 9th semester. And in the 10th semester, the students have an option to do a thesis, the research thesis, or the internship. So if they are more inclined towards higher studies, the students generally opt for research thesis. If they are more inclined towards the jobs, industry-oriented jobs, they tend to do the internships. As such, when I say about 1 to 10 semesters, and then when I said about 1 to 4 semester is focused more on the core courses, we are very proud to say that the first 4 semesters, we focus more on the engineering. All right. When you look into any other curriculum, you will have a lot of physics, chemistry, biology in the first year or in the second year. But here, I think we get started with the engineering aspect. We start with digital design in the very first semester. We start with Python in the first semester. We start with C programming language in the first semester. And something very, very unique. So we have tightly coupled it in a nice way so that the students are motivated from the first semester itself. We also have computer networking and computer architecture in the second semester. So that is kind of, always in a traditional curriculum, it will always come in the 4th semester or 5th semester, but we want the students to do it in the first year itself so that they are ready and then they can focus on their interested subjects starting from the 3rd year onwards. It's a very, very flexible curriculum, a choice-based curriculum, and allows the students to do multiple specializations. Another very strong point of the curriculum is it fosters the students to work on a sponsor's project with the faculty starting from the 5th semester onwards. We have some kind of slots available within the curriculum where the students can apply for the projects as an elective course and then work with the faculty. So this allows the students to understand whether they are really interested in, whether they can pursue the research career or whatever, the project career in the long run. Placements, as I've told before, it's 100% placement. There are the best of the best companies in Bangalore or in India come here and then recruit our students. I feel that almost 95 to 96% of the corporates who are located in Bangalore, they actually come to hire our students, and then they continue to do that. And here I have put some of the names, and I have put a ... because I cannot consolidate almost all the companies' name here in this particular slide. We have a strong placement team. Again, it works with the students as well as it works with the corporate worlds, and that's how we are able to successfully pull this particular placement program. I'll just give a, just to summarize the overall thing, I just wanted to, keep a note on this admission process. The last year, the cutoff for the CSE was 6,000, and then the EC, it was 7,200, looking at the IIT JEE main NTA rank. And one can always, apply in this particular URL, sign up and then application portal. That is what I have mentioned here. And it is also available in the IIITB website. I'm pretty sure that all of you might have, navigated to that particular website and have already applied. And if you have any queries on the admissions, you can always reach out to admissions, iMTech at IIITB.ac.in. And all details on the courses, the curriculum is put in this particular website, Integrated Mtech. You can have a detailed look of all the courses within that particular program. Just to mention the dates, online application, I think it will, the last date for receiving the online application is September 12th. And I think the first list notification will be released on September 16th. And the subsequent list will be planned from thereafter, right? And tentatively, the classes will begin on October of 10th, right? So that's it from my side. Maybe I'll give the mic to Professor Chandrasekhar.
Sure. Thank you so much, Dr. Madhav. And I think people are waiting to ask questions. They are already asking questions in the chat. I'm responding. And so if anybody wants to ask question, please raise your hand. Mr. Tanay, can somebody unmute Mr. Tanay, please?
Yeah. Very good morning, Professor Chandrasekhar and Professor Madhav. Am I audible?
Yes, please.
Yeah. So first of all, very thanks for the informative session you have conducted. And I've gone through the website also, and I've gone through the video of Dr. Das, which is very descriptive, gives us a clear understanding. What is the difference between a 4-year BTech and what is the difference between a 5-year integrated course? Okay, now I'm looking for my son's admission here. We have applied, and see, now I understand that The institute must have done due diligence, and this is that you have scheduled these dates. Now, the challenge with most of the students, I believe, in this forum is a few institutes are starting their sessions somewhere around 12th, 14th of September. Okay, now looking at the last year's cutoff, we are almost close to that. We are not sure. Okay, and then the first list coming up on 16th and then subsequently later is putting us slightly in a difficult situation. I know our first choice would be IIITB, but then we are, so in case you can pre-schedule or look at it as a request from me, and I believe all the humble parents, would be a great help to all of us.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much for bringing this up. This is something that I'm sure all parents are thinking about, and trust me, this is something that we as education institutions we also constantly think about. It also every year this dilemma is all, we face this particular dilemma, and it always turns out to be somewhere striking a balance between getting started, giving, welcoming students as soon as possible so that the academic year can get started, while at the same time giving enough flexibility for people to explore other options as well. So, you can understand that obviously, in all fairness, if we were to, fast forward the whole admission process and get started, then we may have to put up unreasonable restrictions on mobility, of students who want to take up other programs, because even the JOSA counseling we are nowhere close to the JOSA counseling as well, right? So in our past experience, we did have quite a lot of surprises in one of these. I can even name that, right? In 2016, if I remember correctly, or 15, right? So wherein we precisely did what you just mentioned. We said that, okay, let us go ahead and offer the admissions, and the students did join. But then by the time the JOSA counseling was over, you believe it or not, nearly 40% of the students left the program. So that was very sad, because we not only ended up denying seats to 40% of the students, but then from our own institution perspective, that ended up being a very bad from a sustenance point of view, that ended up being a very bad experience. So that is why we chose to be more liberal with respect to when we want to allow the students to join. And we wanted to make sure that once they join, they'll more or less continue to remain without having to be on the lookout and then seek refund and then go with the refund policy and things like that. But I do hear your concerns, sir. But I think, it's a difficult challenge. But thanks for your inputs. We will constantly try to expedite that so that you'll be able to take that decision as soon as possible. Thank you for that.
Thank you, Professor.
Yeah, Mr. Rajesh. We can unmute.
Yeah, I just got unmuted. I'm a parent of my daughter, actually. I have a couple of questions. I have gone through the website and got most of the information, and thanks for the informative session. So first question is, what are you doing about the diversity pool? I have seen that there is no diversity pool consideration during the admission process, but there are some information. It states that once for example, the female student gets admitted, there is some consideration, but I'm not clear about that. What exactly you are doing around that?
Yes.
Second question, can I go one by one, or I can put all the questions together?
No problem. Please place your questions and I will answer all of them.
Yeah. So I want to understand better on the diversity pool.
Yes.
Second question, what I have is there are three international IITs. One is in Hyderabad, Bhubaneswar, and Bangalore. Is that a group of institute, or it's just a brand you have done, or is it something like a sponsored type? But what is it related to?
Yeah.
Okay. And third question, what I have is, I think it's covered already, internship opportunities and everything. I think that's already covered. I'm good on that. And because most of the people say that it's a small campus, okay? On the area perspective, I'm not talking about the faculty-student ratio or anything. I think it's a 9-acre campus, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay. I know, I have been visited to Wipro and everywhere. I know where the campus is. But do you have any plan to expand the campus in future? Okay.
Yes.
That's another question I have.
Great. Okay.
And fourth question, based on your discussion, I think the program coordinator has shared, some students are opting for PhD directly overseas. Some students are going for master degree.
Yes.
Because if they have done a Mtech, integrated Mtech, why they are going for master degree, not directly for PhD?
Understood.
Okay. What's the rationale behind it? Because they are losing 1 year, right? Okay. Because when you go for master degree in abroad, it will be again 2 years they have to study. So effectively, they are losing 1 year.
I will explain.
Okay. And the last question I have is, suppose the student gets admitted to ECE based on the main cutoff. Okay, is there a possibility to a branch change? Okay,
Yes.
the program change after first year, or what's the criteria?
Understood. Great.
I have a lot of questions. Sorry about that, but
no problem. So let me, if you don't mind, then before I forget the questions, do prompt me. But may I start answering your questions, please?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So the first question is about diversity. What is it that we are doing? I think we are very much, seized of the concern, which is, which is not. It turns out that which is not unique to IIITB. It seems to be, the phenomenon at the technology institutions across the board. So, having said that, one specific initiative. The good news is that this is something that even the corporates are realizing, because at the end of the day, these are the people who go and join the corporates, and they are also finding that their diversity is also getting skewed.
Right.
So, in that,
you exactly said, I am working in Ernst & Young. We have a big diversity program. Trust me. Okay, it's all corporates are doing that. So,
exactly right. So now, they are also trying to percolate that into education institutions, because that is the source pool. And so I'm happy to announce that CGI has sponsored 20 scholarships for girl students, which covers the entire tuition for the first year. So 20 in the top 20 girl students will get one semester's tuition fee waiver, explicitly targeted at improving the diversity aspects of it. And over and above that, our gender cell and the diversity groups, which includes our students as well. So they're all doing lots of plenty of awareness program in terms of telling them about the program, telling them about the campus, telling them about the safety of the campus and things like that, so that more girl students will come forward to take this program. So that is on the diversity aspects of it. The second question is about the, the order in which I respond may be...
no, that's fine. Yeah.
Okay, the campus size, yes, definitely. In fact, when you, not just the campus, the institution itself is small, right? So the total student population is about 1,000, because primarily it started off as a research institution. So yes, indeed, you are right that the campus physical space is also about 9 acres. But having said that, constantly we are looking to expand. And even as we speak, we are very close to expanding the campus with an additional facility. I cannot tell you more about it because it's still in the works, but within the next 6 months, there will be additional space added to the campus. So that is about the campus space problem. And okay, if you can just prompt me on the next the one that you had asked.
The international brand, basically. Bhubaneswar, Hyderabad, Bangalore. How these are they related, or it's separate?
Right. Yeah. Incidentally, right? So all IIITs run independently. All IIITs, unlike the IITs, right? So the IITs, for example, there is something called an IIT Council, which governs the administration of the IITs. But IIITs, all IIITs across the country, irrespective of whether they are called as International Institute of Information Technology or Indian Institute of Information Technology, all of them are independently administered and managed institutions. So none of them, so there is no Right. See, it is different method that we may collaborate in research and so on. From an administration and management perspective, all of them are independent of each other. Yeah. So that is that. And I think you had one more question.
Yeah, the master degree, why students opt for master degree instead of going directly to PhD.
Correct. See, I think there are the motivation for most of them is those who want to do PhD, their motivation is doing research. Those who want to those who go to do masters, there are two things. One is that we have seen students who are doing additional masters in domain specializations. For example, we have students who have done in financial, fintech, right? So MS in fintech. So that is one aspect of it. And the other one is they just want to get a foothold in the US. So I can be frank about that, right? So they just, so I think masters, because PhD requires a lot more commitment in terms of time and, sincerity and the amount of effort. So they say, I mean, they just want to get a job there, I suppose. Yeah. Okay. So great. Thank you. Thanks for.
And a last question, sorry, one more question. The branch change from EC to CSC after student gets admitted.
Dr. Madhav, you want to take that on?
Yes, Professor Chandrasekhar. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for asking this specific question. So we have a policy on the top 3 students, or rather, top 6 students from here on, from the ECE, having a CGPA of about 3.6. They will be entitled for this branch change from CSE, from ECE to CSE after their first year. Because both the first and second semesters, both the semesters are common.
Right.
So based on their performance, the top 6 students will be allowed to change the branch from ECE to CSE. And similarly, vice versa, the CSE students also are eligible to change the branch from CSE to ECE.
Yeah, it's because you said 3.6, right? CGPA?
CGPA of they are eligible to apply for the branch change only if they have a CGPA of 3.6 and above.
Got it. And that's 6 students because coming up the UGC guideline plus minus 10%. Am I correct?
Yes, that's perfectly right, sir.
Okay, got it. Because most institutes do the same thing. They have to follow the UGC guideline.
Correct.
Got it. Okay, that makes sense.
All right, so let's go with Mr. Anand, please. Thank you, sir.
Sorry, a quick question on the hostel for the girl student. I think it's single accommodation, right? Single room.
So we have 2 kinds of accommodation also in general. So for the in the initial period, it will be twin occupancy, and in fact, we are required to do twin occupancy for the first years and second years. Subsequently, it will be single.
Okay, got it.
Okay, so thank you, sir.
Yes.
Mr. Vinay, please.
Good morning, sir. Hello.
Yes, please.
Sir, are you able to hear me?
Yes.
Sir, I'm a parent. My son is still in 11th now. He's studying 11th, PCMC. So I'm very much earlier to this webinar, but I am planning for him to get into IIIT-Bangalore. I've already visited the campus there. So like we like the campus, everything, but okay, it may be small as the previous correspondent told, like it's 9 acres, so that I'm not worried about the campus, everything. So the main thing is, my question is, so I've already joined my son to like JEE coaching, everything. So after 2 years only, he may be joining IIIT, depending on the ranking. So my question is like now, JEE mains exams, it will be conducted somewhere in June. So results maybe June or July. The results will come after later on. But again, so getting into IIIT-Bangalore mains is enough, right?
JEE main is enough. Admission criteria as of now is, sir, I think I should tell you that constantly every year when we make the admissions announcement, we always discuss and confirm what is the admission criteria. So yes, it is true that until now it has been based on JEE mains, but I just want to tell you that it may change. I mean, I'm saying subsequently, there may be additional channels that may open up depending upon how things pan out, right? With so many new things coming up, I just want to say that, yes, JEE mains for sure will be there, but there may be other channels also.
So like Jade, actually my son is targeting IIT actually, but
yes.
I am, I like IIIT Bangalore because I am from Bangalore.
Okay.
So it is in Bangalore, so we
Sure.
can stay here only. That also we are thinking instead of going to other place like that.
Sure, sure, sure.
That also matters actually, going for some other place, and it will be maybe difficult. And one more thing, I'm very much interested about IIIT Bangalore. It's a 5 years.
Yes,
so we so suppose in 5 years he can do Mtech also.
Yes.
Whereas others he has to spend 6 years there.
Yes, sir.
So that's the main reason. I'm very much interested in this one.
Okay.
So
thank you. All the best to your son. Thank you.
Yes. Sir.
Okay, Mr. Vinay, please.
Hello.
Yes, please.
Yeah. I'm still continuing.
Oh, okay.
Sir, suppose like my son has as he's interested in IIT. Now already admission has started now for IIIT Bangalore. No, but till now only mains has been conducted exam. Again, advanced has to that has to get done, and result has to come for advanced also.
Yes.
So till that, I think admissions will get over till advanced results come.
Correct.
But what happens? Can we again after advance? Suppose the candidate does not. He cannot go to IIT because his ranking is not so good. But his ranking is very good in mains, so that he can go. So I think we can't get a seat there also, and here also the admission will get over by that time.
No. I will answer that question. Thanks for. I think that's a very relevant question, which is relevant for other parents also. So the point is that right now we have only opened the application process. Right? So those who are interested should apply now, but the actual admission offers, we are trying to coincide that along with the JOSA counseling, right? So that is when the IIT admission process also kicks in, right? So you can, at that point in time, if you get an offer from IIIT Bangalore, you will have enough time to wait for the IIT, at least the first round of IIT admission announcements to come out, and then you can decide whether to join IIT or IIIT. Right? So
okay.
Yeah.
Is there any much difference between IIT and IIIT Bangalore, that curriculum, or like a BTech, what it is there?
Sir, I think they're separate institutions. I cannot comment on the other curriculum and so on. We did talk about the IIIT curriculum, so please.
Okay, fine, sir.
Thank you. Adrija, can we unmute Adrija, please? Yeah.
Hello, sir. I am Dr. Arusha Chaudhary, Adrija's father.
Yes, sir.
So my daughter has secured a percentile in mathematics, JEE main, 90 percentile, and her ISC science group percentage is 75%. So is there any, but her JEE main rank is not within that 7,000 or 8,000. So, but so is there any hope for her to getting?
No, sir. Yeah, as I mentioned previously, every year we kind of keep changing, but for this year, the admission is going to be solely based on JEE main, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Yes.
Am I audible?
Yes, please. Yeah.
Sir, I have a very specific query. When I see the cutoffs of last 3 years as given on the website, there's a major shift of, say, from 8,000 till 6,000 for CSE. So my pertinent question is there a cutoff from with respect to JEE percentile score which you cater while deciding the cutoff, or is it just the rank?
Rank. It is based on rank. Only
based
rank.
on rank. So, so if that be the case, there's a lot of variation from it's a variation of say around 1,300 ranks from last 2020 till 2021 for CSE itself. So,
yes.
So I am apprehensive because see, my son has got around 5,000 rank in JEE main.
Okay.
But I am still apprehensive because the difference between 2020 and 2021 is 1,300.
I understand. Yes, I agree. So I don't know. So whether I think things are becoming extremely competitive. That's all I can say, sir.
Professor Chandrasekhar, if I can add, there's some good news. So we have increased the seats this time compared to the previous year. We have 60 more seats, 30 in computer science and 30 in ECE. And I think, hopefully it will be, well received.
Thank you so much, Dr. Vivek, for pointing that out. Yeah, that slipped my own attention. Thanks.
So the total number of seats has increased for CSC from 120 to how much, sir?
90 to 120.
Okay.
It was 120. Yeah. Oh, sorry. The computer science, yes, 90 to 120. Yes.
Okay.
The electronics from 30 to 60.
60. Correct. So to that extent, that should allay some of your concerns, I hope.
No, sir. Till the time the cutoffs are not there, this dilemma will always remain.
No, I agree. We cannot take it for granted. But anyway, I think it turns out to be that kind of a competition. So we are not able to come.
So the first cutoff will come on 16 September. How many iterations are planned otherwise, sir?
Sir, generally, based on our past experience, we have had to do 3 iterations. So we might do 3, and based on our past experience.
Okay, so one more thing, if you may permit, sir.
Please.
The curriculum starts on 10th of October. Correct, sir? Suppose why I'm asking this question is because self and my wife both are army officers, and we are posted in far-flung areas, actually on the border right now. And my son is in Chandigarh right now. So all 3 of us are at different locations. So if we are late in coming there, we get the offer of a seat, we fulfill everything. What is the last date by which we can get him there?
Sir, I think definitely we are very practical on those aspects. So, I mean, in fact, even although right now we have said October 10th, right? I am still a little skeptical on that one because of the JEE advanced has still not happened. So considering all of that, notwithstanding whatever happens, once we give a specific date, we are quite flexible, sir. So at that point in time, feel free to approach us. We will give you any buffer time that might be needed, additional buffer time.
Right, sir. Looking forward to joining this exemplary institution, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for your kind words. Meera Lakshmi Radhakrishnan.
Good morning, sir.
Morning.
Actually, I had a doubt regarding whether your admission is only through JEE Main, so you take JEE Advanced also into consideration?
Only JEE Main.
Okay. Is there any admission through the DASA or CIWG quota?
Not for this year.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Jay Basani. Mr. Mohan.
Yes. Sorry, I'm not able to unmute. Yes. Thank you very much, sir. Just the question is related to the curriculum. Yes, because when I look at the curriculum of that, your industrial experiences as an integrated master's degree, I believe it's only 8th and 9th and 10th, 9th semester you're going to be have a industrial experiences. Where there is no, in the between 5th to 8th, there is no industrial experiences which IIIT caters for it, or as a student, we have to look at the independently on this?
Okay. So I think that's a very, very good question. There are, I would also like to draw your attention to the other fact that Professor Madhav covered in his curriculum. See, basically our effort is to provide experiential learning, and internship happens to be one way of doing experiential learning, right? But then the primary experience comes from working on projects. And so there are multiple opportunities to work on projects all the way from the 5th semester itself, right? So we have a special category of course called project electives, right? We also have a special category of course called reading electives, right? So these courses are independent courses in which they will get to experience many of the advanced areas of that particular discipline. So that is the first opportunity for them to get experiential learning. And of course, The entire 9th semester is on experiential learning, and the entire 10th semester is on experiential learning. So which means that effectively we are talking about, say, 20 plus 20, 40, 40 plus 2 project electives, 2 reading electives, that is 16, about 56 credits worth of experiential learning elements have been incorporated into the curriculum, right? 56 credits exclusively on that out of the total 200 credits. So more than 25% of the curriculum is based on experiential learning exclusively. On top of that, all the elective courses invariably include projects in IIITB. So that also gives you, in a 4-credit course, they'll be doing a project which is worth 1 credit. So again, so we are talking about 20, 30 courses. So I think overall, in terms of the opportunity for experiential learning, it should be coming to close to 70 to 80 credits, which out of the 200 credits, which is But
these credits, I'm sorry to cut you there. These credits are did the assessment by the live projects through a third-party institutions, or it is by the professors who is by the professors. Right. But all of these ones comes from the live projects from the third-party institutions.
Right. So all of us have research projects, right? So all of us do sponsored collaborative research projects of Government of Karnataka, Government of India, industry collaborations and things like that. So we carve out projects from those kind of work. So
excellent.
So that is one. And the second aspect of it is that summer internships, right? So while from a curriculum perspective, 10th semester internship, 6-month internship is compulsory. Now, over the last 3 years, we are also facilitating students to get summer internships from their 3rd year and the 4th year as well. Okay, so as we speak, the internship interviews and those things are going on for the summer of 2023 already. Right, so that is also there, which the institute is facilitating. Obviously, this is not compulsory, and so if they choose to sit for the internships through the institution, they are free. If they want to find out something on their own and explore, that also opportunity is also available.
Excellent.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
Mr. Mohan Ram.
Hello.
Yes, please.
Good morning, Professor Chandrasekhar, and thank you for conducting this webinar. I have one question that how many students going for research, I mean that for PhD and higher studies?
So typically every year.
I'm interested only for PhD students, sir.
I know that, sir. So I have mentioned that. So see what happens is, we are seeing 2 categories of students there, right? Students who immediately go for PhD, right? So there was, for example, one student went to Harvard. He did it immediately after his integrated Mtech. But then we also have a few students. So in terms of percentage, it should be 1%, sir, to answer your question very specifically. But I should also add that students will, what I am seeing is that after 2 years or 3 years of work experience, then they approach for PhD because they feel better equipped. So we see both categories of students.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Sanjay. Sanjay Kagankar.
Good morning.
Yes, please.
Thank you for your informative session. Actually, I would like to ask a couple of questions. My first question is about this integrated Mtech course. For example, if any by XYZ reason, if the student is not able to complete his course within 5 years, what are the options you have? This is my first question. And the second is, as you said, the results are going to be announced on 12th of September, and the admission process will start from 16th of September. And if the student is selected in the first round itself, is the presence of the student is required during the admission, or as the fee process is online, can he join directly from the start of the college?
Yes, sir. I think that's a nice question. Yes, since you have the option of accepting the admission offer online, there is no need to physically visit the campus. You can come to the campus only at the time of joining.
Right. How about that Mtech? I mean, 5 years if he is unable to complete.
Yes. So definitely we have the flexibility there. So as a student gets a maximum period of 7 years to complete the program. If for whatever reason they fall behind a little bit, there's no problem. They can continue. The maximum duration available is 7 years.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you. All right. Somebody with it's been there for a long time. I was waiting. They would rename their name. It says Xiaomi M2007J3SP. Whoever that is. If you can.
Sir, good morning, sir.
Yes.
Sir, I am BVS Sairam from Andhra Pradesh, sir.
Yes, please.
Sir, I am inquiring about my son's admission.
Yes, please.
I have a small doubt, sir. After 4th year of this integrated Mtech, the students are able to write a GATE examination?
Yes. Excellent question. Thank you for asking that. Yes. So these students are able to write GATE examination, and they are also eligible for the MHRD scholarship that is given by Ministry of Human Resource Development for all GATE qualified students. Thank you for asking that. Yes.
Sir, one more, sir. GATE is eligible after 4th year, sir.
Yes.
While they are studying in 5th year, they are able to write GATE examination, sir.
See, the point is, if they write in their 5th year, they won't get any benefit out of it, right? Because the scholarship and all, by the time the GATE results come, they would have finished the integrated MTech program, right? So which is why, so we tell them to take it earlier so that they get the benefit of the GATE scholarship in their 5th year.
Sir, I mean, after finishing the 5th year, we receive both certifications, sir?
Yes.
Correct. So thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So Arnav Poddar.
Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, please.
Yeah, I actually have 2 questions. One is out of this, one is seeking some help. So actually, I have applied for my daughter, and I have a technical glitch from your backend. So the basically the personal detail, it's gender is shown as male, even if I have saved it as female 100 times, called multiple times.
Okay.
But no response from IIIT-Bangalore, surprisingly, and
okay.
No one helps me out.
Okay. So now that you have flagged this, I'll get this looked into, sir, right away.
Okay, thank you. And
Sir.
another question, the real question, this was a request for help.
Yes,
the one question is, so as you said, right, so you will take care of that, the first round of JOSA counseling where people can get, if they want to get to an IIT, they can decide, you'll have time.
Yes.
Because JOSA counseling happens still 6 rounds, right? And then CSAB, right? Maybe all the students may not get an IIT on the first round, right?
Yes.
Probably they would take subsequent rounds. So what are your policies? Like if someone, I understand that you have to start your colleges at some particular time.
Right.
What happens if someone gets after 4th or 5th?
I know. So in fact, that's also something very practical, and the things do happen, those things. So, typically we will have a refund policy based on which students are free to withdraw and join. And in fact, we follow the UGC's refund policies. So whatever for the last 2 years, at least we are still looking forward to this year's refund policy. For the last 2 years, UGC had specified that we should give full refund until whatever November 30th or something like that. So I think that, you can
based on the UGC guidelines.
Yeah, we'll follow those UGC guidelines and issue the refund.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, Mr. Vansh.
My name is Vansh, and I just want to know that is there any chance of getting admission with a JEE score of 57 percentile?
Looks unlikely, sir. based on the past cutoffs, 57. If I hear you correctly, you said 57th percentile, right? Yes, sir. I think if I heard you as 57th percentile, it looks a little unlikely. Sorry about that. Mr. Tushar?
Yeah, good morning, Professor Chandrasekhar. I have two questions. One, you have told the session date is 12th of October, correct? So the question is, what is the maximum tolerance for that? Whether we expect session by October end or November first week? That is the first question. Second is, any chance of visiting the campus during this time or before 16?
Yeah, sure. Feel free to visit the campus. Straight away, I will extend a warm welcome to you. You are free to visit. And yes, the date of October 16 that we had given, we had, so based on the expectation of when JEE Advanced will be conducted and so on. So at this time, you can consider that date to be a bit tentative, right? And even after we confirm that particular date, we are a little quite flexible with respect to when you are expected to come to the campus and so on. But obviously, as pointed out by many others also, we will not be able to wait for the entire JOSA counseling to be over. So you will have to confirm your admission by a certain date. But as far as the joining date itself is concerned, we can be a bit flexible.
Just to add, Professor Chandrasekhar, so the team, the admission team, along with the Dean's office, we are also planning to conduct an open house day soon after the first list offers will be sent.
Right.
So wherein the prospective students as well as the parents can actually visit to the campus, and then we should be able to share all the relevant information physically.
Correct. So that will be a guided kind of an approach. So if you are planning to visit the campus, do look forward to the announcement of that open house. That might be more beneficial. Thank you. Thanks, Dr. Madhav.
Thank you.
Mr. Hemant Gupta.
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir. I am father of Hemant. Sir, can you hear me?
Yes, please.
Sir, my first question is that we need to visit the campus on October 10 only, now after admission. No need to visit the Bangalore before that.
No.
For document verification or anything else?
No, document verification, everything will happen on the day of joining.
Day of joining means on October 10th only?
Yes. Correct. You don't have to come before.
Okay. And my second question is that what will be the for a student working days per week? Means 5-day week, 6-day week?
Typically, it's for good questions. It is we expect it to be a 6-day week, and considering this is a residential program, so there may be if there is any need to conduct extra classes, special labs, and things like that. Those things will be conducted on Saturdays. So for all practical purpose, you can assume it's a 6-day week, and Sunday will be off.
Okay. And if anybody takes admission in IIT subsequently, yes, I have already told that you have a fee refund policy. You will refund it full refund before November 30th.
That was last year. We have to see what is the refund policy. Whatever UGC says, we'll comply with that.
And my last question is, sir, what are the scholarship opportunities for boys?
Correct. So we have for students who are having a rank of less than 5,000, it's Vivek, it is 5,000, right? The Utkarsh scholarship.
Okay.
Sir, it is. I think. Let me check. It's against top 1,000. I guess it's top 1,000.
Top 1,000. Sorry. Yeah, it is for those who are having a rank of less than 1,000.
It's 999 or less. Sorry.
Yeah. Right. So. Less than 1,000, so you get a full full tuition fee waiver for the entire program. Second one is that, as I mentioned, there is of course, CGA scholarship for girls students, and within the program also we have what is known as a Dean's Merit Scholarship. So there's so if they maintain a certain amount of CGPA, so every year a limited number of scholarships are also given for about, so far we have been able to give about 50,000 rupees every year if they are in the top CGPA. These are the existing scholarships, and over and above that, from in your final year, you will be eligible for MHRD scholarship if the student clears the GATE exam.
And this CGPA is out of 4?
Out of 4.
Okay. Thanks a lot, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Ms. Juhi Kamath.
Hey, good morning. I would like to understand more about incubation opportunities at IIIT-Bangalore. Then I have a couple of more questions if you want to take one by one.
Sure. So the incubation opportunities, IIITB does have an incubation center, and I'm glad that you are asking this question, which shows the we also want to encourage the new generation to take up entrepreneurship and so on. So we do have an IIITB Innovation Center wherein we encourage the students to work with startups, and many of our students also pursue their own problems. They win hackathons, and they also go on. We support them by giving funding to attend various events, all under the IIITB Innovation Center. So that is already in place. There will be opportunities for them to work, and support will be provided.
Yeah, thanks. I myself as an entrepreneur, so.
Wonderful.
Okay, my daughter is very much interested in it. I would also like to understand how many girl students we have at present in the campus.
Yes. So right now our ratio is about 15%. 15% of the students are girls. As I said, so we are constantly working on making efforts to encourage more girl students to apply, to join, and so on. Yeah.
Okay. And what is the eligibility criteria for the scholarship which you mentioned about girl student?
Nothing. So I think once they get the admission, if they are in the top 20 ranks amongst the girl students, they will get that.
Okay. And she has got 5,300 ranks. So what is the possibility to get into?
Yeah. So I mean, in this kind of a forum, I can only say my guess is as good as yours. But again, looking at last year's cutoff, it does look good. That's all I can say.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir.
Mr. Anand Srinivasan seems to be waiting for quite a while. Maybe he can speak.
Please. Yeah.
Yes. Good morning, sir. I am Anand Srinivasan's mom. I have few questions. The first one is, you were talking about the electives, right? The number of electives they can choose after that second year or third year. It is based on which basis? Any CGPA basis or random number basis or first come first serve? So how does it work basically?
I can say it's none of the above, because we truly implement the AICT's choice-based curriculum in letter and spirit, which means that it is strictly based on the student's interest, right? So if it so happens that if 200 students are interested on the same course, we do accommodate them, right? So it is not first come first served. It's not random, right? It is purely based on the student's choice.
So everybody will be allowed to take that course if they are interested.
Yes.
Okay, wonderful, sir. The next one, and the lectures will be shared to the students or the...
Yes, I think
recording basically.
Yes. So in fact, the thanks but no thanks to the pandemic. So our campus is fully equipped for online education. So we are activating the same online infrastructure to record the lectures and provide the recordings to the students. Yes.
Okay. And the next question is, I read it in the website saying that you have some clubs. So it is throughout the year, or just 3 days you will do the fest and...
No. See, club is essentially a community, right? So the community can get together whenever they want. There's absolutely no restriction. among that, we have identified 2 or 3 days in a year where they can come out and show what they have got, right? It's more of a demonstration of what they have, right? So that we cannot have throughout the year. But of course, as a community, they are free to meet every day. There's absolutely no harm,
okay.
right? If somebody is in a, so we have music club, and so we have a music room. If somebody wants to meet every day evening and play some music throughout the year, absolutely there's no restriction.
Okay, sir. And the next one, I read it in the website again saying that you are having some collaboration with MITs. So can you please explain what is that collaboration of that foreign universities means?
Yes, so collaboration with foreign universities can happen in a couple of ways. So one is in the form of student exchange, right? So in the form of student exchange, not just with MIT. So we there are with many universities in the Europe also. So some of our students can go and do their summer internship there, or even their final internship there, right? So that is one kind of a collaboration. Another kind of collaboration is research collaboration, wherein professors of IIITB and professors of that foreign university collaborate on some research problem. So we have both kinds of collaborations. It's entirely up to the student to explore these opportunities. We will make the necessary connections.
And it is part of the program, or do we need to pay extra for?
It is not part of the program, and you don't have to pay extra either, right? So it's only a question of trying to find such opportunities, look for such opportunities. And many of the times what happens is, if they manage to get, they are all part of scholarships, right? So there's something called as a DAD scholarship for going to Germany. There's something called Viterbi scholarship for going to the US, right? So if the students can apply for those scholarships, they get it, then it is all taken care of by the scholarship fund. The institute does not do anything. The parents don't have to do anything.
Okay. And you were talking about something about that scholarship for below 1,000 rank, right? That is that JEE mains rank or?
JEE main.
JEE mains comes with a different ranking system, right? So it comes with one.
All India rank. There's only one thing called All India rank. Okay. NTA All India rank.
Okay. And for selection, actually we heard that for OCI, they give a separate ranking system. So for admissions, you take that rank or the All India rank?
We just go with the All India rank, NTA.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much for your time, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, Vivek, you can call the next.
Ms. Jamuna, please.
Hey, hello. Hello, Dr. Chandrasekhar and Dr. Madhav. Can you hear me?
Yes, please.
Yeah, very good morning and thanks for very informative and excellent session that you gave today. I just have a small question. Normally what happens, as you said, after the JOSA counseling, there are a lot of students who are moving from one institution to another institution. And finally, we see that sometimes the institutes are also having some vacancies and they conduct some spot rounds, okay, which is within the institute. So for say perhaps maybe for some reason or the other, 2 students at the last moment before the session starts in October 16th leaves. So so in that case, suppose one student has applied and he has not qualified in the main cutoff. Does he hold a chance to get admitted, or are they informed about the spot round?
Yes. I think that's an excellent question. And so we try to be as supportive as possible because we all understand the kind of stress and the competition that's going on there. So we try to stretch our admission cycle as much as possible. And if it indeed warrants that, in fact, in the past also, in 2019, right? So we did that, right? So one day before the classes start, we held one particular round and we identified the students who are interested. We asked them to come. We finished the admission and then they were able to join. Yes, so we'll try to stretch it as much as possible, but there is always a fixed admission closure date. And after that admission closure date, and typically admission closure date is the start of the classes, right? So once we do that, once the admission closure date is announced, irrespective of whether we have somebody leaves at that point in time, we just close the admission because we would have already started the classes. We don't want students to be disadvantaged because they're joining late and things like that. But to answer your question, yes, we will stretch it as close as possible and try to fill as many opportunities as possible, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Murali Ramlingam, please.
Hello, sir. Good morning. Do you hear me?
Yes, please.
Thank you for this wonderful session. And I just have one question. Do you have any tie-ups with any banks for arranging loans if we get admission?
Yes. So there is, we have the Bank of Baroda, which is adjacent to the IIITB campus, and the State Bank of India. So on the day of the joining, actually they also come and set up their stalls there. So we can do that.
Okay.
And even before that also, once you get your admission offer, if you would like to pursue that, we can give you the contact information.
Okay. And next question is, how secure is the place? Like for girl students, it is very secure. I just want to know some feedback on that.
Yes, please. Yeah. In fact, that is, as I was mentioning, one of the activities that we are doing constantly to, from a diversity perspective, is also to conduct awareness sessions by the students themselves, telling them about the campus and so on. Just to directly answer your question, of course, we take utmost care from a security perspective. So, all necessary security systems are in place. Campus is fully wired with webcams and security cameras all around, and strict hostel rules are available. And so, I think it's a very secure place to send your.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Sai Sumit Ataluri, please.
Hello, sir. I have a couple of questions. I am a student. I got 7,300. So, what are the class timings, and are students permitted in their? Means you said that Sunday is a day off, and after class times, are students permitted to go out or out of the campus?
Yes, of course. There is students are permitted to go out, but there are specific timings by which they have to come back to the campus. Yes.
And you said that from first semester onwards, you teach engineering. So they start from the basics, or we have to learn something like some people learn Java and everything.
No, we don't expect any prerequisites or prior knowledge. So we'll start from scratch. Don't need to worry about that.
One more question. If parents want to stay for one day or stay for some time in campus, are there any facilities to?
Unfortunately, no. As you had heard, already the campus is a relatively small campus. So at this point in time, we don't have any such facility. But having said that, now the campus is located in a place called Electronic City. And Electronic City is a big, bustling place with plenty of options for short-term stay, just very close, within walking distance from the campus.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Madhav Giridhar, it's done.
Hello, sir. Hello.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Sir, actually, Professor Madhav Rao told that there are generally 2 to 3 rounds in the counseling. So, sir, suppose if a student get an EC branch in the first round. So, sir, actually, if by chance, if he think that he will get CSC in the second or third round, so should he directly promoted to second or third round, or he can choose the branch allotted in round 1?
Dr. Madhav, you want to respond to that?
Yes, I think it is entirely up to the candidate. So let's say in the second round, if the student is getting the CSC branch, we will once again intimate the student that your profile is being, or you have been given an offer in CSC seat, and it's entirely up to the student whether he wants to select between CSC or EC. And based on the student's approval, we will allocate in the CSC or the EC branch. Hope that clarifies your question.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Sanjay Kagatikar, please.
Hello, sir. One small question regarding the admission process. I had applied for my son through online, and after applying, I got the application ID, everything. And yesterday, I just called the admission section to check the status of this admission. They checked and they found, they told me the student address is not visible, not updated in the system. So they again asked me to open the link and say I put the address and save it. But in my system, when I see address, everything is available and there is no option to save button.
I see.
So yeah, please.
Okay, so if you have already paid and submitted, then there won't be any option to edit it. But definitely I'll get that looked into, sir. Hope you have sent an email to the admissions mail ID, admissions-imtech@iiitb.ac.in. Please do send an email. We'll definitely have it looked into. Not to worry.
I was a bit worried when they said yesterday the application is somewhat incomplete without the student address.
Okay, sir. No, I mean, not to worry. We'll take a look at it. We'll reach out to you once again if that indeed is the case. Don't worry.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Mr. Mukesh, please.
I'm audible, sir?
Yes.
Okay, sir, I have a question in context of attendance policy. So what exactly is the policy, and do students have an option to do some of the research papers or something like that, apart from, obviously, as you said, like 25% is the credits given for the research work?
Yes, so they have plenty of options. So the way it happens is even from an attendance point of view also, right? So we have the regular classroom courses for which attendance is required. We also have other types of courses which are more research oriented, called project electives, reading electives, and of course, the full semester projects. So these are the courses where there's no strict timetable that is there, right? So typically the way that happens is that interaction will happen with the faculty supervisor, say on a weekly basis, right? So, and then there's enough flexibility at what time you want to meet and things like that. So we have both aspects of it, wherein certain portions require mandatory attendance, but then there are other project-oriented courses where attendance is more flexible.
Okay, and the last question is in terms of if the need arises, is a possibility to take some time off, and basically because always is the it's a very hectic schedule, 6 days a week, I can understand, and if some need arises, is it possible to take some time?
The thing is, yes. So what we have tried to, I know your question is very valid, by the way, right? We do realize that this is quite hectic. And especially, I think I also answered earlier, right? So we are especially talking about a 6-year program squeezed into 5 years. So it is indeed hectic, but we have tried to insert as many breaks as possible, right? So for example, in a given semester, students write what is known as a midterm examination. So typically, immediately after the midterm examination, there is a 1-week break. Similarly, after the end term examination also, there is a longer break, depending upon which semester. If it is the August semester, during the Christmas time, we have a 3-week break. And then when it comes to the summer, the break is even longer, right? So they finish their that term in the middle of May. The first week of May, they will finish. After that, the entire summer, we leave it to them to explore, right? So they can go home, they can work as interns somewhere else, and they can do whatever, and then they can come back in August. So we have tried to embed enough breaks into the schedule already. And of course, holiday festivals, those things are already there.
Got it. Thank you very much, sir, for the clarity.
Sure.
Dr. Shachindra Joshi, please.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, please.
Yeah, hi, good afternoon. My son has the JEE mains rank 3,400. So we were looking at your cutoffs and everything. So hopefully it looks like CSC may be possible. But I still have a doubt that on the application form, you have two choices. So you have the CSE choice and the ECE. So what happens if I, supposing say put ECE as my second choice, CSE is my first choice, of course. Now, if in case he gets into ECE in the first list, okay, and not CSE, then does he get upgraded to the CSE by the second list or the second round? How does this work? Or do I only put a CSE as a choice because I want only CSE? So how does this work?
So it's as Dr. Madhav explained, it is entirely, we want to leave the choice to the student, right? Now, in case, no, because we have come across cases where somebody says that, no, I want to do only CSE, I'm not interested in ECE, then you can just say that you are interested only in CSE. Because what that also enables is that you will not end up unnecessarily blocking a seat of somebody else, right? So if you are very clear that that is the only thing that you are interested in, then choose the appropriate branch. But typically they say that, okay, as long as it is IIITB, I'm okay with ECE, I'm okay with CSE, then you can say you are interested in both, right? And further to what Dr. Madhav mentioned, subsequently, if the cutoffs change in such a way that a given student who was earlier not eligible for a branch becomes eligible, then they will be automatically be notified whether they want to accept or not, provided they had said they are interested in both.
Yeah, so that's my question. Let's say I start with ECE as well. Let's say I am given ECE first, okay, and I don't get admission into CSE in the first list. That's exactly my question. Yes, so yes. So I should book a seat in ECE. That's what you're trying to say, and then probably if there is a chance, it will be upgraded to CSE anyways.
Correct. See, that's why please understand in applying and offer. They're two different things, right? So at this stage, you are only applying. Then, depending upon the cutoffs, you will be given offer to one or both the programs, depending upon how the cutoffs are. That's how it happens.
And if I get into EC in the first round, but I don't take admission, can I still wait for my CSE? Because my first choice was already given as CSE.
No. Yeah, thanks for asking that again. Obviously, you will be considered for subsequent so-called upgrades, right? So only when you accept it in the first place. If you don't accept the initial offer in the first place, then we assume that you are not interested in the program at all.
Okay. So thanks for clarifying that. Okay, thank you.
Mr. Harsh Jain, please.
In fact, I just want to mention in the interest of time. So I just want to clarify that we will have a similar webinar after we issue the first list admission offers, right? Okay. So there we will be able to, in fact, provide you much more clarity specifically on how to accept, what to accept, and so on. So at this point in time, in the interest of time, if you have much more generic questions, feel free to ask that. Thank you.
So my only question is, how many rounds of counseling you have?
Yes. So correct. So typically we have had to do about 3 rounds. So we'll see. So it entirely depends on how the cycles are moving ahead, sir.
Is there any possibility of admission in 98.5 percentile?
See, as somebody mentioned, the ranks are constantly going down. If you look at the last 3-year trend, sir, so it would be very unfair on my part to comment on that one. Honestly, sorry, I'm unable to even play, because with that kind of a percentile, what is the rank?
Rank is 13,500.
Yes, so I'm not sure, because the last couple of years cutoffs have been much lower than that.
Okay.
So I don't know how it is going to be this year.
Depends upon.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thanks.
Ms. Shilpa Poghat, please.
Hello, sir. Very good afternoon, sir. I'll keep it short, sir. Thanks for the nice and interactive sections. It was very informative. All our queries have been solved. Sir, just it is related to one previous question that was asked related to that address glitch. Sir, okay. It has happened, though we have... Hello?
Okay.
Oh, so sorry, sir. Sir, it is related to the previous question because
yes,
even
I heard that.
Our application was, it wasn't showing the photograph that has been saved. Though when I tried to contact on the WhatsApp number you have given, it was said, they told me that you please check. It will be shown on the right side of the, I'm not a very tech savvy person, sir.
That's
so
okay.
sorry.
Yeah, no problem.
I did it for my son, and we were going through it, and the address glitch was coming for us, even though it is showing that. Now I'm quite apprehensive that whether it will be complete application for us also or not. At least it's a request, sir, if you can
we'll do that.
give an email to the parents if the some applications are incomplete, sir.
Definitely. I think that now that at least two of you have mentioned this particular thing, what we will do is we will try to review all the applications, and if there are any true missing data, we'll immediately get in touch with you. Otherwise, by default, you can assume that things are fine. Don't worry about it.
Okay, thanks, sir. Thanks a lot, sir. Thank you, sir.
Probably the last question for this session is will be by Mr. Rajesh Panda.
Yeah, I started the question. Just I have a few questions based on the discussion.
Okay, sir.
And Professor Chandrasekhar, I can give a pointer because I am from IT, so that you can tell your technical team what the parents are reporting on the application issue. The issue is basically view and edit option. Okay, sometimes it saves, but after when you view it, it does not show up clearly. Okay, maybe the data manager just look into that so that all the parents don't assume that it's not saved correctly. Great. Okay, there is a glitch in between view and edit over there.
I understand. Thank you. Thank you for your
giving that pointer. And second question, what I have is on the PhD side, do you have the PhD program in IIITB?
We have IIITB does offer PhD program and also Master of Science by Research program, along with the Mtech program and the integrated Mtech program.
So for the students who have admitted to integrated Mtech, they have an opportunity also. Suppose they want to continue in that research area along with the professor. Definitely they have an opportunity to do the PhD over there, right?
Yes, sir. I think I'll possibly give an example. There's one student called Rejul Sachdeva, 2012 iMTech batch, I think. Yeah. So he completed his iMTech, then he went to do a research work at IIT Madras. And I think this year he's got admitted into IIITB PhD program. So that is possible, sir. Yes.
Okay, that's fine. And it's total residential program or student can stay outside?
It is a complete residential program, sir.
Okay. And what is the typical regular class timing? Forget about the research work and everything. When typically it starts?
Yeah, typically iMTech program, I think it starts from 9:15 in the morning. 9:15 or 9:30 based on the timetable, goes up till 5:15, maximum of 5:15.
Okay.
But there are days where the classes will end by 3:30. Especially on a Wednesday, I think it will be completed quite early because Wednesday we generally have a faculty meeting.
Okay.
So Wednesday's timetables are always curtailed. So yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for all the information. It's really appreciate. Okay. And definitely IIIT-Bangalore is growing a lot. Okay. It has got a good reputation actually.
Thank you for your kind words and
thank you, sir.
And your enthusiastic participation. Really appreciate that.
Yeah.
Great. I think we have tried to answer all the questions that have been asked verbally, and also as many as possible in the chat window also, I hope we have answered. And so I just want to close this particular session by pointing out two things. One is that once we have the first list admission offers out, we will have an open house, in-person open house, and we will invite parents and the students to the campus. You can use that opportunity to take a look at the campus. The second one is we'll conduct a similar online webinar one more time after the first list, so that you can have, if you have any more specific questions at that time. Okay.
Yeah.
Great. So that's pretty much what we have for today. Thank you so much. And I would like to take this opportunity to thank Dr. Madhavrao, who is the program coordinator for the Integrated Mtech program, and the admissions committee convener, Professor Srinivas Vivek, for their patience and attending and coordinating this particular session. Thank you all. Thank you. Have a great day. Wonderful.
Thank you, Professor.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Participants. Yeah.